Good afternoon, everyone. We actually have Sherry Flaman on today talking about basic income and from a PWD's perspective. Thank you, everyone. Today, my name is Brent. I'm the host of Canadians with Disabilities and Their Allies. Welcome.
Thank you, Brent.
Thank you very much, Sherry. Thanks for coming by. It's always a great pleasure having people with a different perspective, regarding kind of your view on how do you see basic income going forward for persons with disabilities in this rough world that we live in, but we need to try to make things better the best way we can with advocating and bringing basic income to the spotlight. So I'm going to just hand it over to you, and you can just say whatever you want to say regarding the basic income stuff. We'll just take your time and we'll take questions after.
Great. Thank you, Brent, for having me on your show. And I'm going to share my opinion. You'll see that there's a lot of things that go into looking at Canada to be a better place all around, not just for us, people with disabilities. It's for everyone. So I want to start by saying, if you've ever watched Star Trek Voyager, you may remember the episode where the doctor ends up on a planet where there are different levels of people. The higher up levels get everything and the lower levels get less than bare minimum. Sound familiar? At the hospital, high-class people would receive an injection every so often, even if they didn't need it, while the people in low class received very little and had to suffer with their illness. The doctor was able to switch one of the high-class officials' status, which caused him to be placed with the low class, and since he had his allotment of medication, he had to suffer like everyone else. He very quickly realized that everyone has the same potential if given what they need. I'm sure you all know where I'm going with this. Maybe we should double dog dare our MPPs, MPs, premiers, and our prime minister to live the way we do for a month. And I say a month, but I don't think they'd last a month, to be honest. Giving them the maximum that we receive on ODSP, the Ontario Disability Support Program, I want them to find housing, buy food, get a phone, internet, cable, and a bus pass. Don't forget renter's insurance, toiletries, and medications that are not covered. At the same time, being in pain and having people look down at them and treating them like they are lazy, scum of the earth people. All joking aside, could they make it a month? Like I said, I don't think so. Why do PWDs have to jump through hoops to get things we need? Just need, not wants, but our needs. We, PWDs, are not, and let me repeat that, we are not lazy, scum of the earth people. We have health issues that prevent us from doing many different things. And by the grace of God, MPPs, MPs, premiers, and Mr. Trudeau, you don't have to worry about these health issues. Apparently people you love or who are in your circle don't live day by day like this or with the pain we have, because if you did, programs would never be cut. Like for autistic people, people would never have to go without. Definitely we need food, and people would not be homeless. You just don't understand things you have never experienced. Yes, you can say, I feel bad, I understand your situation, but until you actually live that situation, you really don't understand. And as you can hear, it just breaks my heart when there's nothing I can do but yell and scream and pray to God that somebody somewhere actually listens to us.
Thank you so much. And thank you, Sherry. Thank you so much. I echo everything that you say. And remember, Sherry, that we're all here with you, and we're fighting the big fight, the good fight, right? I just want to mention a few things of what you mentioned, like to hammer home about people going hungry, Sherry. I saw a post today from Mr. Jagmeet Singh from the NDP in the House of Commons, and it was broadcasted out, and he showed in the House of Commons people laughing when he was talking about people going hungry across Canada. How can, any politician listening to this, how can someone stand there or sit there and laugh when somebody says they're going hungry? I'm hungry, I need food. People posting wish lists asking for food. I mean, when is this country going to realize that you give people a basic income going forward here? I mean, I totally agree about everybody needs a basic income. Yes, PWD, we all need basic income, but everybody in Canada needs a basic income. It can be paid for. It easily can be paid for. Why? Because the money is already there. Just because if we're not politicians, that we're not financially protected or privileged. I mean, and nothing against any of them. I mean, they're here representing our voices. We take our voices and we tell the government what we want as citizens of Canada, what we want to see changed, what will benefit us as citizens, as we give us money where we can put it back into the communities that we live in, because we know what is best, what our needs are. And you put money back into the community, into small businesses, it makes them thrive. And rather than big corporations where they're making record profits right now, and they're not being taxed. I mean, in my view, I totally echo what you're saying on that about the basic income too, is you give people the money, they know how to use it, and they're going to better their lives in so many ways. Health-wise, I mean, less strain on the healthcare system. They can go and get glasses, they can go and get dental care if they need to. They're going to have so much benefits out of the basic income that is going to benefit society and themselves. It just goes around, and the government just has the priorities not set straight and waiting for a Canada disability benefit. Basic income will come out first before that does. Yeah.
The government doesn't understand. Like Mr. Trudeau, I'm sorry, but he was born with a silver spoon in his mouth. Like his father used to be prime minister. So he has not a clue what it is like to live like this. Not a clue. It boggles my mind, Brent. It just boggles my mind. And the fact that the government is suggesting medical assistant suicide, I don't even know how to say what I'm thinking, because that is just disgusting on so many levels.
It is. You have to provide the proper financial resources for people, and that is the reason they're saying, well, we don't want to provide the financial resources, but hey, here you go, you're approved. Like make it sound like you win the lottery or something. And it put doctors in a really bad, awkward position, because even the UN also told them, don't do this. Like, what are you doing? And I don't understand how they cannot step in and actually stop them. They need to redact that in that bill. Like, it needs to be redacted. Yeah, easily. It can easily be done.
Just to put that out there for people who just have a disability, come on. No. How would you feel if it was a loved one? How would you feel if that was your child laying there and the doctor said, well, here's the best solution? Really? No, I couldn't. No, that is just wrong. Not being able to eat. There is a time, and this might be showing my age, where you could go out and have a complete meal, get a complete meal that would last a week for like $20 at the grocery store. Now, you're lucky if $20 gets you a bag of milk and a loaf of bread.
Yeah, and people shouldn't have to choose between buying food, paying rent, paying their bills, paying their tenant insurance, hydro, you name it. I mean, a cell phone. I mean, God forbid. I mean, I have a cell phone. I mean, luxury item. I mean, a computer. Maybe I want to go on the internet. Yeah. Gee, and the politicians are just so out of touch with reality. With when it comes to that, the basic. Those are just basic needs. Imagine just having cable vision. Wow. You know what I mean? And it's like they take it for granted, and they live in like and no disrespect to any politician, but one of my neighbors even said this morning. They live in a bubble world, Brent. They live in a bubble world. And I thought, whoa, like where are you going with that one? He goes, well, I mean, what are you worried about? I'm saying bubble world. I mean,
I understand why people just don't want to vote sometimes, because are we really being heard? I don't know, Brent. I really don't know anymore if we're really actually being heard.
exactly, and our voices are going to become louder and louder the more that they ignore the human rights aspect for Canadians with disabilities. We have a certain dignity that needs to be met, and it's not being met at all. They're violating that right, and the more that they keep violating it, the longer that people are going to suffer. And when I see that, I turns my frustration and anger into more stronger advocacy.
I'm trying to think who it was during the election. I think it was Doug Ford was at Hamilton Airport. Well, good for you. How many of us can get out to the Hamilton Airport? Not many of us, for one. And two, that's not looking at the city, the real city, and what this real city needs. It's going to be the same in Toronto, and there's a thing in Cleveland, Ohio, where you don't want to be on the wrong side of the city at night, or bad things are going to happen to you. Well, our politicians need to go to the wrong side of the city and see what is the reality for most people, because that's the reality that we live in. And it's not just a handful of us, it is a large amount of people, a large amount. And with this basic income, the thing that's going to happen is people are going to have their money and say, oh, well, you know what? I can go out and buy this for myself. I don't need to steal it from this person. Everything is tied together. You give somebody a fishing rod and teach them how to fish, and they've got meals for the rest of their lives, so to speak. If we had the money to buy the nutritional food that we actually need and our children actually need, well, then down goes your healthcare costs, because now people are healthy. Mm-hmm. They're healthy. And that's the bottom line. You can't be healthy living on nothing. And you have this basic income, now you're healthy. Oh, look at what's happening at the schools. Whoa, what's changed? Well, all families in Canada have a basic income. Now our kids are eating properly. Oh, look at what's changed in our schools. That's right. Grades are going up because now kids can focus more because they have the food in them that they really need. What happens then? Oh, these students that are now able to function because they have the basic things that they need in life are now going on to college and university, and now they're working and becoming amazing adults. And where does it start? It all started with a basic income. Mm-hmm. And the dignity to be able to provide for our families.